Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahushua. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahushua. Kol Halayma Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Bahashem Rekakadash. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, and our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. Much respect and honor to the brothers that are doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad, and double honor and respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson, the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. What scriptures come to mind when you hear that expression, the beginning of the end? Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. See? So the ancient spirits are on the scene that are replacing the Romans, Esau, the beginning of the end. For Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. What do the scriptures come to mind? What has been, look, the things that have been, it is that which shall be. That which was done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. So the tabernacle of David is being resurrected, where all nations were in captivity. Moab, Edom, Ammon, the Assyrians, Tyre and Zidon. See? So multiple scriptures should be flowing through the Spirit. Shalom, beloved kings. Shapah of the 12. Brother GMS in the Truth, Orlando. Brother Live for Yahushua. And I thought I saw a brother Andre serving Yahushua. Let's read this one. Brother Shapah of the 12. They're messing with the comment board. The real biblical Israelite Shalom. Brother Shapah of the 12. Matthew 24, verse 7. Yup. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow, tribulation, which is what? Birth pains that precede the birth of the nation of Jacob. So Jacob is going to be delivered. That's why we use the term, the baby was delivered. So the daughter of Zion brought forth a man-child. So that must mean what? Yahushua, our Redeemer, is near to come. We're close. Brother Andre serving Yahushua. So the tribulations are the contractions, the birth pains that precede the deliverance of the nation of Jacob, Israel. Brother Andre serving Yahushua. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Beautiful. So what's happening at the birth of a child, mourning, weeping, screams, howling, contractions, which represent tribulation. See, Brother Ariel Ban Yahweh, Matthew 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. What is another word for saved? Redeemed. So Israel is going to be delivered. Not just redeemed, but delivered. So Jacob is the birth of a nation, which is headed by that man-child, Yahweh. Here's another one. Brother Jeremiah, Brother Ariel Ban Yahweh, Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So another word for saved, delivered. The birth of the nation of Jacob. Jacob is getting ready to get delivered. Who is that deliverer? Our Redeemer, Yahweh. Now let's go into the lesson. All the men should have their hands on the plow. Every swinging baseball bat with two balls should be swinging this sword, this word. Every swinging baseball bat with two balls should be swinging the sword. Every one. Brother Pillars of Benjamin, 2nd Ezra 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Let's go back to Jeremiah. What is this Jeremiah 30? The birth of the nation of Jacob, which means what? The deliverance of Israel. Somebody post, let's get it. Give me that same chapter where King David is going to show up. I think it's verse 9 or 13, I can't remember. Same chapter. Let's read this again. Brother Ariel Ban Yahweh, Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's the delivery day, the birth of a nation of Jacob. See? So we're close to King David being raised up. Yahweh being raised unto him. So if you get something presented unto you, that means you got to be here to see it. If something is going to be presented unto you or raised unto you. So nobody posted it. Let me go to Jeremiah 30. So that's the birth of the nation of Jacob. So we are close. See? Jeremiah 30, verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Let's go to Jeremiah 23 and 5. So we are close to that day. Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. So he's going to be raised up because Yahushua is being raised unto him to occupy that throne. So we're getting close to the deliverance, the redemption of Jacob, the birth of a nation, for the salvation of the elect. Luke 1:69. And have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. See, let's go here. Now I'm not going to be able to go to the comment board much. I'm getting ready to go fast and furious. My voice is very dry. So I'm going to have to take a break from the comment board. Let's go here. Hosea 3, verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim. So we became cut off without a sacrifice, without a king. Hosea 3, verse 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. See? So what are we reading about? We're seeing this. Those young nitwits that were going against the apostles saying that what the apostles are teaching is wrong. No, it's not. That's Bible prophecy. So that debate and these guys stirring up that controversy fulfills Bible prophecy. To seek means to search for. So let the apostles teach. See? Let's go to Psalm 64 and 1. The book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Who is this talking about? The global elite, the international bankers. So the Lord is going to preserve his elect. Let's go here. We're going to go to Matthew 16. Matthew 16. Book of Matthew, chapter 16. Let's go to verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. The kingdom, everlasting life, redemption, salvation. This is the birth of the nation of Jacob, which starts with who? The tabernacle of David. Verse 28. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So what does this say build up to? Jacob's trouble, tribulation. Let's go to 2 Ezra 6 and 24. there be some standing here which shall not taste of death. Go to 2 Ezra 6, verse 24. Let's go to verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Famine, death, tribulation, Jacob's trouble, water shortages. See that? Verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. See that? So the tabernacle of David is going to be preserved, saved, stood up first. Let's go back to Psalm 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. This is on my list. We need 26 and 27 as well. For the salvation of the elect. Job 19, verse 25. For the salvation of the elect. See? So Job is here. He's amongst the house of David, the tabernacle of David. Job is back. See? Job 19. Let's go to verse 25. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. See that? So King David is going to be raised up. And Yahushua is going to be raised unto David, which means David is going to see it. Let's read this again. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. Let's go back to Hosea 3. See that? Hosea 3, verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim. One moment. I'm going to go to Hosea 3 and 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. Let's go back to Job. Let the Bible speak. Job 19, verse 25. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see the Most High. And though, let's go back to verse 26. I'm going to read it verbatim. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. See? So the Lord is going to preserve the tabernacle of David. Job is back. He's here. We just read it. If you can't understand this lesson, you're not amongst the hopeful elect at all. Let's go back. I told you I'm going to have to move fast. My voice is dry. Psalm 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. See? Of course, 1 Samuel 2 and 9. So we're going to read about the tabernacle of David being preserved. First, Job is going to see it. He's going to see the return of Yahushua. 1 Samuel 2 and 9. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. Who's these saints? The house of David. See? 1 Samuel 2 and 9. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king and exalt the horn of his anointed. So that king is Yahushua. That king is Yahushua. The anointed is the house of David. Elect, the governors. Why you think in Jeremiah 51, verse 19, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. With thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. See? So this is King David and Yahushua we just read about. Let's read it again. 1 Samuel 2. Let's go back to verse 9. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth. He shall give strength unto his king and exalt the horn of his anointed. So King David is going to be strengthened, and Yahushua is going to be raised unto David. What is the ends of the earth? The daughter of Babylon, America. See? Brother Shaphat of the 12. Amos 9 and 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. See? So if you study the tabernacle of David, all nations are in slavery. Edom, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Tyre, Zidon. See? So Yahushua is going to be raised unto David and the house of David. How can something be raised unto you and you're not here to see it? You're not here to receive it. Brother Andre serving Yahushua. Revelations 19, verse 16. Yes. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying unto all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God. So all nations are going to be beat down and going to become bird food or food for the fish. Destroyed. See? Brother Pillars of Benjamin. Psalms 110, verse 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. See? So all these nations are going to be subdued, beat down under the tabernacle of David. They're going to be slaves. When you read 2 Samuel 2 and 8, or study the tabernacle of David being raised up, all lands is going to be taken by the house of David, the sons of Jacob. So when their lands are taken, they're going to be taken. Their wives, their children, they're going to be concubines, slaves, servants, handmaids, butlers, vine dressers. Yep, Brother Shaphat of the 12, Isaiah 16 and 5. And in mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in truth, in the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking judgment and hasting righteousness. See? So King David is going to be raised up to see that, or is going to be on the scene. In the house of David, that tabernacle, the governors. All right, let's keep going. Let's go back to Job 19, verse 25. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. See? So the tabernacle of David is being restored. That means all nations get ready for slavery. When you study the Bible, let's go back. 1 Samuel 2, verse 9. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. So that wicked starts with Rome, Edom, the Illuminati, Amalek, the 13 Illuminati families, followed by the other nations. 1 Samuel 2, verse 10. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. King David, Yahushua, followed by the tabernacle of David. What does that mean? He's going to thunder on his adversaries. What does that mean? I've got to speed up. My voice is dry. High energy, concentrated laser beam fire. So the chariots are going to come at that start or entry into Armageddon, or the Third World War. See? So Yahushua is going to come on the scene unto his father David. I'm getting ready to read about the saints being preserved that we just read in 1 Samuel 2 and 9. We're going to read about that, the tabernacle of David, that we read in 1 Samuel 2 and 9 and verse 10. Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 6. The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserve of Israel. Preserve. See? Let's go back. Let's go back to Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Now let's go back to Isaiah. He's going to preserve his saints, starting with the tabernacle of David. Isaiah 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserve of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Unto the what? Let's go back to 1 Samuel 2, verse 10. 1 Samuel 2, verse 10. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth. And he shall give strength unto his king and exalt the horn of his anointed, the ends of the earth, starting with the daughter of Babylon. The west, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from his glory of the rising of the sun, and to the west, the ends of the earth. Isaiah 49, verse. So we're reading about what? And it shall come to pass that I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will rebuild his ruins. See? Let's read it again. Isaiah 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be a servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserve of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Where are the apostles, the prophets, prophesying at? The daughter of Babylon. Read Revelations 18. See? So the tabernacle of David starts that rebuilding. Leaders. I will raise up unto you leaders. When you read 2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 39 on down. That's the tabernacle of David. Isaiah 49, verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom men despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth. To a servant of rulers, kings shall see. Wait a minute. They're going to be preserved. So they're going to see the deliverer. Did we not read that in Job? I'm patient. I'm a patient man. Let's read this first, and we'll go back to Job 19, verse 25 and 26. Let's take our time. Isaiah 49, verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom men despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth. To a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise. Princes also shall worship, because of the Lord that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel. And he shall choose thee. Who's that princes shall worship? Yashar Rala or Yashar Allah. Princes of Israel, the tabernacle of David, leaders, governors. It says kings shall see and arise. Let's go back to Job. I don't know how much voice I got left. My voice is dry. Job 19, verse 25. I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. That's Yahushua, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. Princes shall worship Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah. That's the sons of Jacob. What does Yasha Allah means? He is a prince of the power. See? So the tabernacle of David is being preserved. We read that in 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. Man, I'm running out of words. Isaiah 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserve of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the ends of the earth. Starting with the daughter of Babylon, apostles, elders, prophets, teachers, the tabernacle of David is being raised up. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom men despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise. Princes also shall worship, because of the Lord that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. We're reading about what? Reincarnation. So these kings are being wakened up. The princes shall worship, or Yashar Allah. Yasharallah means Israel. See? So the elect is being restored back as a light unto the world. Rulers, kings, raised up out of the ashes, out of the dust of ignorance, out of gross darkness. See? I will raise up his ruins thereof, and I will rebuild it as in the days of old. Let's get this. Brother Shaphat of the 12. Acts 15, verse 16. And to this agree the words of the prophets, as it is written, after this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. So the Gentiles are being attracted to the light. Israelite foreigners around the world can see the rebuilding of the tabernacle of David. In the ends of the earth, the western hemisphere, the sun rises up in the east and ends or sets in the west. Brother Shaphat of the 12. Acts 15, verse 17, that the residue of men might seek after the Lord, and all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called, saith the Lord, who doeth all these things. Known unto God are all his works from the beginning of the world. So the prophets are interpreting the vision, making it plain upon tables. So these are Israelite foreigners that are seeing the light, repenting, being attracted to the word, and being washed by the word. Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 8. Thus saith the Lord, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, in a day of salvation have I helped thee. I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. And I will raise up the house of David and rebuild it as in the days of old. Let's go to Psalms 89. The book of Psalms, chapter 89, verse 20. I have found David, my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him, with whom my hand shall be established. My arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. And I will beat down his foes before his face, and plague them that hate him. So Yahushua is going to be raised up unto David. Let's read that again. Psalms 89, verse 20. Yup. I have found David, my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him, with whom my hand shall be established. Mine arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. And I will beat down his foes before his face, and plague them that hate him. But my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name shall his horn be exalted. Did we not just read that in 1 Samuel 2 and 10? I'm not going to read it again because my voice is getting dry. 1 Samuel 2 and 10. See that? So that king is King David, and the horn of our salvation is Yahushua. Shalom, beloved lady of the hopeful elect, Alma Yasharallah. Let's go here. Brother Ariel Bon Yahweh. Isaiah 22, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will call my servant Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and will clothe him with thy robe and strengthen him with thy girdle. And I will commit thy government into verse 21. Isaiah 22, verse 21. And I will clothe him with thy robe and strengthen him with thy girdle, and I will commit thy government into his hand. And he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder. So he shall open, and none shall shut, and he shall shut, and none shall open. So the key right now was given to Peter, or King David. The keys open up this understanding, which is the doorway or the doors to our mind that's opened up. Let's stay on target. Let's go here. Let's go to Psalms 70. The book of Psalms, chapter 70, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David to bring to remembrance. Beautiful. So when the Lord Yahushua is talking about the door that opens up the door, it's talking about our understanding, the doorway to our mind. So the key to understanding this word is understanding prophecy or these scriptures through the gift of the Holy Spirit. So the key is giving unto David. And Yahushua enters into our doorway or our mind of the hopeful elect. Let's go to Psalm 70 and 1. The book of Psalms, chapter 70, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, to bring to remembrance. Make haste, O God, to deliver me. Make haste to help me, O Lord. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be turned backwards and put to confusion that desire my hurt. The Lord is going to preserve his saints. Let's go to Psalms 86 and 2. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Psalms 86, verse 2. Preserve my soul, for I am holy. O thou, my God, save thy servant that trusteth in thee. Give ear, O Lord, unto my prayer, and attend to the voice of my supplications. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. O turn unto me, and have mercy upon me, and give thy strength unto thy servant, and save the son of thine handmaid. Preserving the saints, restoring the tabernacle of David, rebuilding the governors, the leaders, the kings, the new holy mountain being established, being preserved from the said perils. Matter of fact, I think that's in 2nd Ezra. And I'm going to see his salvation. See? 2nd Ezra 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved. Shall be what? Shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. See that? Preserving the house of David, followed by the remnant of the hopeful elect. My goodness. Let's go back to Psalms 86, verse 2. Preserve my soul. Say what? Preserve my soul, for I am holy. O thou, my God, save thy servant that trusteth in thee. Give ear, O Lord, unto my prayer, and attend to the voice of my supplications. Supplication is literally begging in prayer. Brother Andre serving in Yahushua. Psalms 41, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. Jacob's trouble is going to come upon the house of David. Psalms 41, verse 2. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth, and thou wilt not deliver him unto the will of his enemies. See, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death. In Matthew 16, verses 27 on down. Let's go here. Let's go to Psalm 69. The voice is drying out. Psalm 69, verse 1. To the chief musician upon Shusha-Naim, a psalm of David. Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So the hopeful elect are going to be saved from the proud waters. That's in Psalms 124. How many are familiar with that? Let's get it. Psalms 124. The book of Psalms, chapter 124. A song of degrees of David. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say it. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us. Then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. Hey, brother, I'm a believer in Hamashiach. Every comment you're saying, I need help. You never post scriptures. You never help edify the body or feed the lambs. Okay? Every lesson you're coming on there saying, I need help. Well, go talk to a marriage counselor or a psychiatrist. Get your ass out of here. I'm sick of you weak-ass men. I'm sick of you weak-ass men. All you weak-ass men are going to be destroyed. All you do nothing to feed the flock, but you act like a little bitch. Psalms 124, verse 1. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side. Now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick. When their wrath was kindled against us, then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, who had not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. He's going to preserve his saints, starting with the tabernacle of David, and followed by the remnant of the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Psalms 124 and 7. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, who have made heaven and earth. So the hopeful elect are going to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. Brother Andre serving Yahushua. Psalms 27, verse 5. For in the time of trouble, Psalms 27, verse 5. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. So the tabernacle of David are going to go into that fathership. When you read Revelations 11, that they were caught up into a cloud and their enemies beheld them. A cloud. That's the great fathership. But the other clouds, or smaller ships, are escort vehicles that are shooting out high energy, concentrated laser beam fire. Tired of these weak men. All they do is cry, but they won't take 1 minute to do a lesson to help edify the body and feed the flock. Not 1 minute. Psalm 69, Israel is plagued by weak men, the 2/3. Psalm 69, verse 1, to the chief musician upon Shoshanim, a song of David. Save me. Say what? Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. So the elect shall scarcely or barely be saved. The house of David, followed by the remnant. Brother Shaphat of the 12, Mark 13 and 19. I want to get my hands on these weak men that are following these lessons and just wasting time, not taking this money and spending it to feed the sheep. Brother Shaphat the 12, Mark 13 and 19. For in those days, Mark 13 and 19, Brother Shaphat the 12, For in those days shall be affliction such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which the Most High created unto this time, neither shall be. Great tribulation, Jacob's trouble. That's the birth of the nation of Jacob, or deliverance on that day. The baby is going to be delivered. Jacob. Brother Shaphat of the 12, Mark 13 and 20. And except the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. See? So the elect are going to scarcely or barely be saved. Where's that at? In 1 Peter 4. Right here. See? Brother Gabar Adama. Brother Gabar Adama and Shaphat the 12, those brothers are on fire. Brother Gabar Adama. 1 Peter 4 and 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing, as unto a faithful creator. See? So the elect are going to scarcely be saved. This is what I wanted right here. Brother Shaphat of the 12, 1 Peter 4 and 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Let's go back to Psalms 69, verse 1. The book of Psalms, chapter 69, verse 1. Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire, where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters, where the floods overflow me. A lake of fire is going to consume the daughter of Babylon, America. A lake of fire, but preceded by them, but not prior to the mandate of the Mott B. The Mott B is going to be mandated, followed by federal troops, raids, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. See? When the enemy shall come in like a flood. So they're going to mandate the M to the A to the R to the K. And then they're going to do what? Try to reinforce it with military. And the tabernacle of David is going to be raised up. Raised up. But it's going to be a fire. Liquid fire. A lake of fire on the earth. And the elect are going to scarcely be saved. This is beautiful. Brother Pillars of Benjamin, 2nd Ezra 6 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. The M to the O to the T to the B. So they're going to come in like madmen, sparing none. When you read further down in that chapter, they're going to come in like madmen, sparing none. Psalm 69, verse 1. To the chief musician upon Shashanim, a psalm of David. Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire, where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters, where the floods overflow me. I am weary of crying, my throat is dry. Mine eyes shall fail while I wait for my power. A lake of fire. Deliver me out of the mire. Let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up, and let not the pit shut her mouth upon me. Who is that her mouth? The daughter of Babylon, the land of weak, effeminate men, where that lake of fire is going to transpire. This place needs to be cleaned up. Psalms 69, verse 16. Hear me, O Lord, for thy loving kindness is good. Turn unto me according to the multitude of thy tender mercies. The Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So the tabernacle of David is being raised up, and all the bullshit on this earth is going to be brought down, starting with you weak-ass men of the house of Saul, you 2/3 weak-ass Israelite men. Psalm 69, verse 17. And hide not thy face from thy servant, for I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. The Lord will raise unto David. Say what? The Lord will raise unto David Yahushua. How in hell can he be raised up unto him if he's not going to be here to see it? So he's going to be raised up to see it. Psalm 69, verse 17. And hide not thy face from thy servant, for I am in trouble. Hear me speedily, draw nigh unto my soul, and redeem it. Deliver me. Say what? Deliver me because of mine enemies. Wow. My goodness, man. I'm not going to read all of this. It's too much. Psalms 116, verse 3. Fishers of the hopeful elect. 2nd Ezra 16 and 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So the Lord is going to lift up a standard. They're going to try to mandate the M to the O to the T to the B, the M to the R to the, I can't spell now, the M to the A to the R to the K. Psalms 140, verse 1. The book of Psalms, chapter 140, verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Keep me from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me, and cords, they have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. The proud, remember we read that in Psalms 124. Save us from the proud waters, starting with the Edomites. Psalms 140, verse 6. I said unto the Lord, thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord, O power, the Lord, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. In the day of battle. Somebody put a scripture. What scripture comes to mind? It should be, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Tyre, and Zidon. So King David is going to be strengthened. And Yahushua is going to be raised up unto David. and the house of the tabernacle of David. Let's read it again, and then we're going to go to brother salvation of the elect. Psalms 140, verse 7. O God, the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Now let's go here. Brother, salvation of the elect. Jeremiah 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider, and with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. See, all you broke back men, that's the men that's talking about. With thee, the tabernacle of David, the battle axe of the Lord. It starts with the broke back men of the house of Saul. Psalms 140, verse 7. O God, the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked, further not his device, lest they exalt themselves. The devices of Satan, the wiles of the devil, their technology, their devices, their miniaturized devices. See, their medicine, their science. See that? Things sacrificed unto idols. Even their liquid stuff is made with idols. Pig fat, crab blood, you name it. Brother Shaphat of the 12, Hosea 6, verse 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments as the light that goeth forth. So the tabernacle of David is slaying the wicked with the words of this book. The word is a two-edged sword, and it's going to progress into a literal two-edged sword. How do we know that? Somebody post Psalms 149. I'm not going to read it because I'm not going to make it. Okay? I still got a little more to cover here. Psalms 149. So right now, the word, that's what? Jeremiah 16 and 16. At first will I send for many fishers. Was not Peter a fisher? Was not Peter a fisherman? See? So he's going to be raised up on the scene of the crime. At first will I send for many fishers, saith the Lord. Then will I send for many hunters. See? If you don't know the Bible prophecy, just be quiet. Please, I'm begging you, be quiet. Reincarnation is in the scriptures. Reincarnation is in the scriptures. Technology, the M to the O to the T to the B is in the scriptures. Missiles, nuclear missiles are in the scriptures. Reincarnation. And if you don't know the Bible, please be quiet. So Peter is a fisherman. He's going to be back. Brother Andre serving in Yahushua. Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So the house of David is going to execute Psalms chapter 149. First, get rid of the broke-back, weak-ass Israelite men of the house of Saul. They're included. And with thee will I break in pieces the nations. followed by Esau, Edom, the 13 Illuminati families, the international bankers, the global elite. How many saw Elder Yashawamba's lesson today? That they are building, the European Union, or EU, is building an underground secret doomsday bunker after the global elite have destroyed the earth. And over 1,500 multi-million-dollar mega mansions have been built underground. The Bible says, though they make their abode in hell, I will dig them out or reach them. I'm paraphrasing. The house of David is coming for you. Though they reach into heaven, my arm will smite thee. Although they dig into hell, those underground doomsday bunkers. That's also in Revelation chapter 6 and Revelation chapter 9. I got to get ready to shut it down. My voice is shut. Yeah, it's right here. Brother Yoram Yagabar and salvation of the elect. Amos 9 and 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. Let's go to Amos 9 and 2. So the tabernacle of David is going to enslave all the other nations, take their land, and take them into possession. Let's see what these international bankers are doing. Brother Yoram Yagabar, Amos 9 and 2. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. See, they're even building an international space station, or the sixth branch of the military, an international space station. So though the caveman built his abode in the heavens, the Lord is going to bring you down. Mighty men are going to come and snatch you up. And though you dig into your underground mega mansions with Eve women or daughters of Zion as your slaves that have been marked and tagged and tracked, and jakes whose organs they're harvesting. Many jakes are their slaves too, and daughters of Zion that they're using at their service. They're under mind control in MK Ultra. Now, some of them have not been tagged and tracked and bagged. Some of them may be amongst the elect that might be delivered. But America has the largest slave population in the world. It starts with your social security number, followed by the privatized prison industry, or the privatized industrial prison enterprise. It starts with the social security number. You're a slave if you got a social security number. What is that social security number? It is a commodity number or a product ID code. How many ever heard of a product ID number? So if you got a social security number, you have a product identification number. You are a commodity. So the daughter of Babylon, America, has swallowed up slaves and souls of men. That's in Revelation 18. So they have the largest slave population in the world. If you got a birth certificate, you're a slave. A birth certificate and a social security number, which is a product identification number, a commodity number. You are a slave. I own a house. I got my own house. You stop paying taxes on that house and see how much it's your house. Bug out. Let's close out here. Psalms 116, verse 3. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the pains of hell got hold upon me. I found trouble and sorrow. Psalms 116, verse 4. Then called I upon the name of the Lord. O Lord, I beseech thee, deliver my soul. Deliverance, redemption. See? So there be some standing here which shall not taste of death. Some. That was in Matthew 16, 27 and 28, I believe. Psalms 116, verse 5. Gracious is the Lord, and righteous, yea, our power is merciful. The Lord preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. For thou hast delivered my soul from death, and mine eyes from tears, and my feet from falling. That's Psalms 91, brothers. Psalms 91. The angels shall cast thee up, lest thou dash thy feet against the stone. Let's read it again. Psalms 116, verse 8. For thou hast delivered my soul from death, and mine eyes from tears, and my feet from falling, from literally falling, and from figuratively falling, or being defeated. See? Let's go to Psalms 138, verse 3. The book of Psalms, chapter 138, verse 3. In the day when I cried, thou answerest me, and strengthenest me, and with strength in my soul. Let's read it again. Psalms 138, verse 3. In the day when I cried, thou answerest me, and strengthenest me with strength in my soul. Let's go to Psalms 138, verse 7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of mine enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. See? Thy right hand shall save me. Who is that? Yahushua shall be raised unto David. Psalms 138, verse 7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of mine enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. See? The Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard. Fire, judgment, justice, and recompense. This is good too. Brother Andre serving Yahushua. Psalms 6 and 3. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Psalm 6 and 4. Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. The Lord preserve the feet of his saints. Elect. The tabernacle of David is being raised up, and bullshit and brokebacks is going to be brought down to the earth. And the wicked. Let's get this one. Brother Shaphat of the 12. Psalms 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Does King David fear the Lord? Does King David fear the Lord? Or is he going to be left out? Or is he going to be raised up? Let's read this again. Psalms Shaphat of the 12. Excuse me, Brother Shaphat of the 12. Psalms 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Beautiful. Let's close out here. Think we beat a dead horse. Let's get this one. Shalom, Brother Zadok. That's beautiful. Somebody post Jeremiah 23, verse 5 and 6. Jeremiah 23, verse 5 and 6, please. Shalom, beloved brother GMS and the Truth Orlando. Let's read this. Psalms 144, verse 6. See, remember when we read this in Isaiah? You can't forget this stuff. Where did we read this at? One moment. Isaiah, no, we didn't read it in Isaiah. We read it. Okay, I found it. Keep this in mind. 1 Samuel 2 and 10. 1 Samuel 2 and 10. Keep that in mind. 1 Samuel 2 and 10. Keep that in mind. See? Psalms 144, verse 6. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. The chariots. These are the chariots of the Lord. Concentrated, high energy laser beam fire. See? When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. Fire! Starting with nuclear destruction, followed by the laser and chariot fire. That's 1 Samuel 2 and 10. Let's read it again. Psalms 144, verse 6. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, the Edomites, followed by the other heathen. Deliver me. Send thine hand from above, rid me, and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children. Who is that hand he's asking to send from above? Yahweh Shai is the right arm and the right hand of the Most High. So he's going to see it. I will raise unto, let's keep going. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children. Psalms 144, verse 10. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, and who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. That's Isaiah 49. See? That's Isaiah 49, verse 7. Let's read it. Isaiah 49, verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of the Lord that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel. And he shall choose thee, kings, princes, Yasharallah. Isaiah 49 and 8. Thus saith the Lord, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee. I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. Inherit thou the tribes of Jacob, as in the days of old. The tabernacle of David is being raised up. Let's go back, and we're going to close out. Psalms 144, verse 10. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones polished after the similitude of a palace, the tabernacle of David. See, the new Jerusalem, the city of David, the new holy city, elect of the elect, followed by the elect. Now let's close out here. Who posted this? Pillars of Benjamin, Brother Shapad the 12, Brother Andre Serving Yahushai, Brother Gabar Adama. Let's read it. Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. The kings are going to see it. Though the worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh I shall see my Redeemer. That's reincarnation. That's reincarnation. And I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will rebuild it as in the days of old. Rebuild his ruins. What ruins? Being cast down into the valley of the dry bones. Ezekiel 37. Being cut off from our heritage. Ignorant. Gross darkness. Deceived. At the bottom. Let's read it again and we'll close out. Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. So that means the earth is going to be refreshed, and a righteous kingdom is going to be established. That's what it means, his name, the Lord our righteousness. A new heaven, and a new earth. Brother Gabar Adam. 2 Ezra 14 and 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. That's the new world. Okay? The wicked are going to be judged. The Lord's saints are going to receive the reward of the promise of immortality, rulership, dominion, the house of the tabernacle of David, where Yahushua is going to be raised unto and sit on the throne of his father. Yeah, this is that new holy righteous kingdom. Brother Shapad the 12, Revelations 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. What is that? What is he seeing? Somebody put it on the comment board, please. What is he seeing? My voice is dried out. Very dry. Oh, he's seeing that great fathership descend. And he's seeing the new bodies of the men of the tabernacle of David take the kingdom. Daniel 7:18. Daniel 7:27. Balaam saw this vision. In Numbers, I believe it's Numbers 24 or Numbers 23. Balaam saw this vision. He said he wished he could die the death of the righteous. Okay? And inherit this glory. And I'm paraphrasing. So he saw the change of the mighty men of the house of David. Take the kingdom. So that's that new city coming down. The tabernacle of David, the new holy government. So he's seeing a great fathership descend. You think the governors or the remnant of the hopeful elect are going to be sitting in ashes in an earth that's been destroyed after Armageddon, the Third World War? You think the hopeful elect are going to be building tents and campfires in a destroyed wilderness around the earth after Armageddon and living in ashes, the miry clay of dirt and desolation? Hells to the nizzo, to the no, to the no. So we got to envision this thing. Okay, I'm done, brothers. Yeah, let's go ahead and read that. See, this is that great fathership. Brother Shaphat of the 12. 2nd Ezra 2:42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number. And they all praised the Lord with songs. The song of Moses, the victory song, which starts with this doctrine. A new melody, a new vibration is on the earth. A new vibe. Brother Shaphat the 12, 2nd Ezra 2:43. And in the midst of them was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Isaiah 49:7. Princes shall worship him, obtaining crowns of glory. Elect of the elect, followed by the remnant. So Yahushua is that tall young man, crowning his kings. 2nd Ezra 2:44. Let's go back to 43. And in the midst of them was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. How is this young man being exalted? Who is this? It is the Son of the Most High, Yahushua. That's why he marveled. Who is this man, this young man? 2nd Ezra 2:44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered me and said, 2nd Ezra 2:45. He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned and receive palms in their hands. I thought his name don't matter. We just read that stood so stiffly for the name. All you bug outs, stand down. I won't call out this man's name, but he kept saying shalom, shalom. Now, there's not a problem with you saying shalom, shalom, SHOLOM, if you know that there are no E's, O's, and U's in the ancient or Paleo-Hebrew. So you know me, I'm very patient. So I kindly corrected him, and I said, brother, shalom is okay, but keep in mind, there is no O's, E's, and U's in the ancient or Paleo-Hebrew. Hey, I don't know what the problem is. You know, I told him the name of the Father and the Son don't have E's, O's, or U's. He was like, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the problem is. So it's two scriptures that destroyed him. This is my name forever throughout your generations. Let me show what happens to bug outs that are rebellious and stiff-necked. Where's that scripture at? All of you that say it don't matter, you're bugged out. Look at the state and the condition of the earth from leaders that say it don't matter. Nothing matters to bug outs. Let me pull this up. I'm tired of you proud bug outs. So we got destroyed with two scriptures. It doesn't matter. Yahuwah. You see? Yahuwah. That's not his name, you bug out. I'm going to show you. Let's go to Psalms 45. Two scriptures knocked him out. A bug out with missing teeth. Psalms 45, verse 17. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people praise thee forever and ever. So a generation are people, race, bloodlines. I thought his name don't matter. Your name is the same in every language in the world. I've studied 5 languages. 5 languages. My name is the same in every language. I learned how to write my name. You bug out. I'm not going to call his name because I think he was sincere. But that pride, it's that pride that's frustrating. And when you go on his page is blank. Nothing on his page. Nothing. Let's go to Psalm 72. His page looked like the Wild Wild West with tumbleweeds blowing all over his page. Empty. But yet he's trying to teach. Psalm 72. The book of Psalms, Psalm 72, verse 17. His name shall endure forever. His name shall be continued as long as the sun, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. So Jacob is the blessed seed. His name continues as long as the sun. Did the sun disappear? Bug out. Is his blessed seed, Jacob, done away with? Bug out. It's that pride that frustrates me. The apostles got it right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Brother Gabar Dama said, El orgullo va antes de la destrucción. I can speak Spanish. I don't like talking about myself. He just said, pride go before destruction. Bug out. I've studied 5 languages, and the name remains the same. Let's read it again in Spanish. Maybe he might get it, because he can't get it in English. We just read his name endure for all generations. El orgullo va antes de la destrucción. Pride go before destruction. So all you chimpanzees, bug outs, simps, weak men that are scared, not putting your hand to the plow and feeding the Lord's flock, may you be destroyed, and all your household, all of you. You, all right, your mother, your father, your baby, your daughter, the whole 9 yards. Babies, kids, may the Lord destroy you weak men and your households. All right? That think this is a game. Sitting back on the sidelines, mocking and scoffing, and running your damn mouth. So all you weak men with a monthly cycle, your days are numbered. All right? The tabernacle of David is being raised up. Pam Yasharala in the Bible. Baraka Thumb. We got next, Lord willing. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, and in the name of his Son, our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. Much respect and honor to the brothers that are doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad, and double honor, and double honor, and double honor and respect to the men, the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Kwame Yasharala and the Bible. We got next, Lord willing. Barakatham. Shalom. Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Let's go. Let's go. Kwame Yasharala.